All right, in this video, I'm going to show you how I trim out this pocket door. It is my first time doing this, and I think it turned out pretty well. Now, the one thing you want to do is make sure that your door is adjusted. Because everyone's door is different, I'm not going to show you how to do that, but obviously get your door plumb and level. Now, the board I'm going to use on the doorstop side is a 4.5-inch width board that I picked up at Home Depot. I've already cut it to the right height, and I've put some shims underneath it to keep it just a little bit off the floor. The other thing I did was I cut it so that it would fit up in between the door track. So when I paint it, you're not going to see the 2x4 above the door either. So right now it's not closing very well because that 4.5-inch board that I put in there is obviously not attached to anything. So the first step I'm going to do here will be to adjust the 4.5-inch board to the position of the door. The door is pretty plumb and pretty level. And all I'm going to do is use some shims and make sure that the door touches this 4.5-inch wide board throughout the entire length of the door. So for me, I started at the bottom and I shimmed that out so that the door actually hits the bottom and nothing else. So now I'm going to adjust the board to the door so there's very little daylight that shows through between the door. The next one I did was up at the top. So I did the bottom, then I did the top, and you can see where I made that small cutout to fit in between the rails. And really now I'm just going to come down the height of the door, adding shims as I go, and then just checking the door to make sure that it's closing and tightly impacting that 4.5-inch board. Again, with the goal of not having a bunch of daylight or having daylight poking through in some spots, but not in other spots. And I'm going to keep adding shims about every foot. Basically, I don't want any movement in that board. So if you're still getting movement in this doorstop board, I would just keep putting shims in and putting more nails in. So you don't want to push on it and have it sink in. So you got to find that right balance of nails. And there was even one spot where I actually go straight against the 2x4 because that seemed like a better fit. So there's the fit I came up with on this side. Like I said, a couple of spots I just went straight against the 2x4, and then a couple of spots I did shims. Now to trim out the door side, what I did first is take about 4 paint sticks, cut them all in half, and then tape them to the door. And that's going to ensure that the next boards that I put in are even with the door. For all the other boards I'm using here, they are 1.5-inch in width, and I found that was a good size, and I didn't have to do any rip cuts or anything like that. And for this, I'm going to balance it between being plumb for the wall and keeping an even spacing between the door all the way down. And I'm using screws for this, so I do pre-drill into the metal. I did try and use the nail gun to go into the metal stud, and it had some pretty mixed results. So sometimes it would go in, sometimes it would like kick off to the sides. So I went with self-tapping metal screws. But just to make it a little bit easier on myself, I did do a pre-drill. Now, this is the same deal as the other side. I'm just using a shim to bring it to the same level as the door. And I gauged that with the paint stirring sticks that I just took, again, painter's tape, and just taped them to the door. So no science there, and you can see that this is now even with the door. And I did a bunch of those, and just like the other side, I kept it off the floor by using a shim. And you can see I shimmed it all the way up. And again, I did enough of them so that when you press on this board, you can push on it anywhere and it's not going to deflect in. And for me, that was the real trick, was just putting in enough shims to make sure that if you pushed on that piece of wood, it wouldn't deflect. And for the top boards, not a big secret. I just took 1.5-inch strips and nailed them in place. I really didn't even look for plumb or level at this point. Now, one thing I did before putting on these little pieces of plastic that hold the door at the bottom and keep it from flopping around is I painted the front side of these trim pieces. And that was just to make the painting easier after I put on these pieces of plastic. So all I'm going to do with these pieces of plastic is position them so that they're holding the door vertical with an equal gap on either side of the door trim. So it is a slight adjustment to, I guess it's the right-hand side, maybe 2 millimeters to the right. So by pushing it a little bit to the right on the bottom, it will straighten everything up, and it's just going to visually look a little bit better. Putting these in is very straightforward. They should have come with your door, and all they consist of is a piece of plastic on either side and then one single screw that holds them together. And just like I said, it's just going to really depend on your door and how you want it to hang within the door pocket. If you don't put these in, then your door will bounce around quite a bit more at the bottom of your pocket. So if your door is flopping around quite a bit, it could be that you don't have these door guides installed or they weren't installed correctly in the first place. And that's pretty much all I did for trimming out this door. I do come back and paint the trim once I've got the casing installed. I don't do the casing in this video, however, I've done casing videos and really nobody's watched them. So I'm gonna cut it off here. Anyway, thanks for watching my video. Don't forget to like and subscribe.